Hey, hello everyone, what is cooking all you good looking people out there, and welcome to another exciting episode of GeoGuessr. Here we are in yesterday's daily challenge location, amongst the rocks. My god, these stones, so many different kind of rocks. This one, which looks like sort of an old man's face. This one, which looks like it's melting. This one, which looks like it's a symbol of the Illuminati. And many other different kinds of shapes. But the real question is, where in the world are we? And to say I've got an answer to that is a lie. Are there cactuses in Australia? I don't think there are. I mean, that's a lie. I don't think we're in Australia. I don't know if there are cactuses in Australia. I'd be really surprised if there weren't, but I'm gonna go with this is not Australia, not because of the cactus thing, just because of what comes to mind. We got little arrows here and some kind of sound. Where are people visiting rocks? Oh, look at this. Do people have time to go visit a bunch of rocks in Mexico? No. So I think we're going to be in America. I don't think people in Mexico have time to go visit a bunch of rocks, right? I think in America, yeah, people are going to come out here to visit the rocks in America. I think so. I mean, it's a nice place. Hell, if I weren't so afraid of the sun, I would go here as well. I mean, yes, I don't know. How far of a walk is this? Because this looks like blistering heat. I would burn up. I mean, my complexion really isn't suited to being out in the sun, especially sun like this for that long. My God, I'd look like a goddamn lobster. You know, I'd turn very, very pink in color. It'd be hilarious. But hey, you know what? I'd do it. This looks like a fun place, right? You want to, bring back that kind of joy as a child when you go hop along on the rocks and stuff like that. Like, look at this thing. You want to run along here and make the jump to this rock. You know what? That's a lot of fun. You got to bring back to childhood memories. I'd go here. Where in the world are we? I don't know. Let's go and say that we are going to be right there. Make the guess, and the answer was California. But hey, you know what? Joshua Tree National Park, 29 palms, what's wrong? Can it be 40 more? Hopefully some of you guys figured that one out. Alrighty, here we are in today's daily challenge location amongst trees. That's right. Look at this. Lots of trees. Looks good. Nice looking location. And of course, it is today's daily challenge. This little stream that runs right by the side of the road. I mean, this is very, very picturesque. Just imagine yourself driving along on this nice road here. You got, for whatever reason, some nice red earth on the side of the road. You got this little babbling brook over here on the side. Although, I don't really know what a brook is. Is it just a river? I don't think it is. It probably isn't. Maybe it's some kind of, I don't know. What is a brook? I have no idea how to use that word properly. But then again, there's a lot of words out there I don't know how to use properly. And then you got this big wall over here. Really interesting. It's not like a rocky wall. It's just like a dirt wall. Which means eventually, if there's a big rain, maybe some of these trees are just going to fall right into the road. Or maybe not. I have no idea. But hey, this is today's daily challenge meeting. It's up to you guys to tell me where in the world you think we are. All you need to do is tell me where in the world you think this is. And in tomorrow's video's comment section, I announce the winner, the person that guesses closest. Now, there are no prizes, but there is glory to be won. So if you are interested in becoming the day's top GeoGuessr, then tell me, where in the world do you think we are right now? Alright, here we are in the main section of today's video, and today we've got a viewer challenge brought to us by none other than our good friend Nighty. That is right, Nighty, thank you so much for sending this one in. This challenge is all about national parks. That is right, national parks around the world. Maybe 5 different countries, maybe not. We're going to see as we go along, so thank you so much, Nighty, for sending this one in. I like national parks. I've been to a few in Canada. I haven't been to any in any other country. At least I believe not. Have I ever been to a national park in America? No. I'm going to go with no. I don't think I have. Maybe driven through one at best. But I don't think I have. At least not as a destination. So thank you so much, Nighty, for sending this one in. If you are interested in creating your own custom challenge, all you need to do is look down in the description below. You'll find a step-by-step guide on how to create your own custom challenge and how to send it to me. Also, you can find a link to this one so you can play along yourself. All right, let's go right ahead, full screen this puppy. Well, when I originally saw this, I thought for sure, oh, I know where this is. This is a very tricky national park. One that is really not at all where you expect it to be. But upon seeing this view of it, I realized that I have not ever seen at least this view. Now, he might still be in that same national park, because the sort of the short grass, the lack of trees, does make it a familiar sight. Not one that I've seen before, at least not precisely this one. So it's going to be a bit of a stretch to try and maybe guess that one. That being said, I have absolutely no other guesses, so I think I know where I'm going to place us. Looking at this, my God, for whatever reason, when I first saw this, I thought of the movie Prometheus. Now, I know this waterfall looks very different than the Prometheus waterfall, but oh my God, look at that! Oh wow, that's a helicopter? Jeez, that's a lot bigger of a thing than I thought it was. Jesus, wow, look at that! Ain't that awesome? It really is cool. So there's a giant helicopter on that. For whatever reason, you know, I thought a helicopter would be a little bit bigger than that. But, wow, that's actually pretty cool. So, like, this is not something you could jump off of. Jeez. We really are out in the middle of nowhere here, aren't we? Alright, well, it's time for me to reveal where at least I think we are. I think we are in Canada. In a national park. National park that is right here. Tuktoot-No-Gate National Park, somewhere, perhaps up here along this river. That's where I think we are. You can recognize this national park by the fact that there are no trees around, and sort of this kind of view over here, this like rocky rubble amongst the tiny little grass, and maybe the river and stuff like that makes it recognizable. But it is super, super surprising that even all the way up here, I guess it's, you know, it came the right time of year. No sort of snow or anything like that. So that's really, really interesting. So that's exactly where I think we are. And the answer is yes, that is exactly where we were, 6307. All right, where are we now? Well, we are in some sort of European country. Have I been to a national park? I don't think I have. Maybe this would be the only kind of area that I might have been in one. Maybe I'll think of one. A national park in America that I've been. Certainly haven't been in one in not America. At least I definitely think I haven't. Alright. Let's move on. A national park in, this is perhaps Switzerland. This is perhaps Austria. When I think of national parks, I'll be honest, Switzerland is the thing that comes to mind. I'm sure there are plenty of national parks in Switzerland, although I'm pretty certain there's plenty of national parks in almost all countries. This could also be Spain, actually. Pyrenees and stuff like that. I mean, that's all the national parks around that area as well. So maybe that is somewhere that we are. I mean, we saw a word P-I-N-A. I don't know what that means. Maybe that means pine in some sort of language. Maybe it means, I don't know. What does the piña in piña colada mean? It definitely doesn't mean pine. It means pineapple. Yeah, okay, this makes a lot of sense, actually. It probably means pineapple. Or maybe it's a short word, like a slang term for pineapple. I don't know. Is it? What does colada mean? Does it mean coconut? Does it evoke senses of coconut in the mind? What do I feel about piña coladas? I don't like pineapple, nor do I like coconut. But let me tell you, a refreshing piña colada, especially if they make it like in the slushy variety of piña colada, on a hot day when you are on a vacation, so you really don't have any shits to give. I'm gonna admit, I mean that's pretty damn good. Even though I don't like pineapple or coconut or the combination of the two, and would never ever get a piña colada if I wasn't somewhere brutally hot, and I'm assuming by the sea as well. If I was somewhere that was, you know, brutally hot and not by the sea, and I wanted to get a novelty alcoholic beverage, I'd perhaps get a margarita or something. I don't know what. But there you go. Campec. Refugio. Italy. Spain. 2 countries come to mind. Which country will we be? Which one will stand the test of time? Well, I mean, I know which one will stand the test of time. Jesus. I mean, I think Spain's been unified as a country for longer than Italy has, right? A feeling it has. I mean, geez, hasn't Italy been a country since like 1870 something as being Italy? They both have a pretty long history, don't they? But I'm pretty sure Spain's been around, so just by sheer virtue of that, I was going to say, in terms of number of years, Spain's probably going to have it on Italy when it comes to the end. Because, you know, I feel like we're at the point in time when it's not like any, you know, other countries, you're not going to meet a disastrous end. And if you do, there's probably a lot of other countries that are going to be meeting that same disastrous end at the same time, whether it be because of some kind of comet or earthquake or, you know, who the hell knows. So, you know, I'm gonna say Spain's probably got it on that one. All right, well, you got to figure out where the hell we are. Look at these things. All right, that these words, to me, these feel Italian. So we're gonna go with Italy. Where in Italy? This park right here, right near the big lake. The answer was sort of. I mean, but that wasn't really much of a stretch once I figured it was Italy. We were just a little bit further. All right, well, there you go, 36-64. Very nice. Which country will stand the test of time, Italy or Spain? What kind of a question is that? But, I mean, I guess if the question is which country will get dramatically smaller, like lose a big chunk of it first, I'd probably have to say Spain, again, is going to be the one that's going to be losing a big chunk of it if something were to happen. I don't know. Maybe? I mean, Spain's bigger. What kind of questions are these? I have no idea. I have no idea what kind of questions I'm asking myself. What am I even saying? Which country will last longer? I mean, geez. Which country will lose a big chunk of itself first? All sorts of big questions. We asked the hard-hitting questions here. All right. What is this writing? Look at that. That is awesome looking. It looks really cool. It's like a reverse Thai flag. And the writing is just as interesting looking as Thai. That being said, I have no idea what country this could represent, if it even is attempting at representing a country. We've got a tarp on the ground. And we've got motorcycles and cardboard boxes and sheds and stuff like that. But as to what country this could even possibly be, I will be honest, I don't know. Is this the Bhutan you don't see on the news? I'm going to say I don't think it is. My God, look at this vehicle. Jeez Louise, what a vehicle. Is this the Bhutan you don't see on the news? Maybe. Although I'm going to say that I don't think it is. I believe that we are in Cambodia. Cambodian People's Party. You know, in a place like this, for there to be, you know, Cambodian People's Party, you know, I don't know. How much has the Cambodian People's Party really done for the people out here? Has it done a lot? Or is, you know, making this sign the amount the Cambodian People's Party has done? I don't know. Should I keep saying what I think about what a sign like this in a place like this means? I don't know. Maybe I'll be banned from ever going to Cambodia. And I probably want to go to Cambodia at one point in my life. But I don't think any Cambodian officials, at least from the party, are going to be watching this video. But I mean, geez, come on! Like, look at where you are. Look at the kind of weird-looking truck we just saw drive by. What kind of a message does this send? You know, it's just attached as a sign with a couple of flags, and it's like the nicest thing around. Maybe if you attach it to, I don't know, some sort of community thing, You know, build a community center. Attach it to maybe that thing over there or something. You know, do some sort of revitalization project and then attach that. And people are going to be like, oh yeah, the Cambodian People's Party. They've done something. We like them. Not like, hey, I mean, this is the party. You got no choice. This is our sign. Remember, folks, if you don't vote for us, I don't know, we're going to be, you know, chopping off toes or something. That's what this sign says to me. At least attach it to some sort of building. I mean, you know, attach it to something. Show that you boy. Jeez Louise. Those sorts of... Well, you know, that's not how propaganda works, I guess. You gotta just kind of put up the signs, put up pictures of your face, and just go with it. Right? You know, maybe redo this part of the road here, make it some gravel so that the trucks aren't, like, slipping and sliding all the way here. This looks pretty dangerous. My God. Yeah, in fact, it looks so dangerous, the Google car was like, fuck it, and just turned right around. My God, alright. In Cambodia somewhere. Where? As far from Phnom Penh as you can get. Up somewhere. National Park? Wildlife Sanctuary? Wildlife Sanctuary. Oh, this is a national park. Maybe that's why it looks like this. I don't know. Let's go and say right over here. Yeah, we were right over there. All right, 2686. And where are we now? We appear to be in none other than the one, the only Australia. And we appear to be in Australia. Or maybe the one, the only... Are we in Australia? Boy, I don't know. Things have changed. With little sticks on the side of the road. Made me think, that's Australia? The old little stickies? But, sadly, little sticks on the side of the road. I mean, that's a good clue. I shouldn't discount it. So, and that sign is on the left. So that's also good. Where are the people crossing the road sign? You keep telling me. Watch out, people are crossing the road. Are they? Are there people crossing the road? I guess watch out for people are probably, you know, getting out of their cars, looking around. But, you know, where are they coming from? They coming from the forest? There's some kind of weird monster in these woods and people are just pouring out of there, running away, running for their lives. That's what I feel might be going on here. Jeez. All right, let's try at least getting somewhere, because if I'm making a guess as to where we are, I have no idea. Where's a big lake in Australia? A big Australian lake. I don't know. Do the trees look like Australian trees? They look Australian-y enough. They look Australian-y enough. That's for sure. The trees, I would say the trees look like... No, they don't. They don't. That's what I was trying to say. I don't know why I kept just reverting back to, oh, yeah, that's fine. They look like Australian trees. They don't look like Australian trees. It's my whole point. That's why I don't think we're there. That car, yeah, I'm going to say that actually does kind of look like an Australian car. But the lake here, I don't know. So where are we? Some kind of mysterious isle. What about none other than Tasmania? Cradle Mountain Lake St. Clair National Park. Well, you know, I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say that's where we are. Cradle Mountain Lake National Park. Does this look like a cradle mountain to you? I don't know. Is it cradle shaped? Will I get anywhere going down this road? That's another good question, and the answer to which no one has ever heard. Let's just return to start location. That look like a cradle mountain to you? It does to me. The answer was no. It looked like National Park. Well, you know. All right. Yeah, I was guessing it was Tasmania. I didn't think it was New Zealand, but it was New Zealand, 1857. Darn it. Finally, we appear in none other than, is this finally our American holiday? Our great American getaway? I don't think we've been to America. Have we been to an American National Park? I forget. All right, precaution. Remember, use precaution here. Well, it doesn't really help me too much. Highline, air ride equipped, ultra lease. All right, we got a Ford F-150 and a sign in Spanish. Well, that raises many questions. A Ford F-150 and a sign in Spanish and a very North American looking road. Well, then maybe we are in North America. Maybe we are in our... Well, maybe we are in our friend Mexico. That's not how I wanted that to sound. Maybe we are in Mexico. Where in Mexico is this? Oh my god, it's beautiful. I'll tell you that much. RN40. Yeah, that makes me feel like we're definitely not in Canada or the United States. That's for sure. The Ford F-150. Yeah. The pickup trucks are still Fords. But it doesn't quite look the exact same as any other. Wow, geez, there's like Vauxhalls and stuff like that. Jeez. Mexico, my god, what have you done? Vauxhall, oh, geez, Louise, what? We're driving on the right side of the road. We got a vehicle like this? Really? Really? Wow, did you look at that? I bet you folks in Australia and New Zealand never thought you'd see one of these in North America. We are in North America, right? RN, we could be in Brazil. I mean, to be honest, you do actually kind of see some of those sometimes. I mean, the old El Camino is a, quite a famous one of those that, of course, was in North America. But there was one... Was it a Subaru? It had a really stupid... Okay, no, never mind. I'm not going to say that. I just realized there's a Subaru that had a name that I'm sure was not a stupid name and was actually quite a good name. I just realized that the name actually reminded me a lot of, like, what I'm assuming is probably Maori. Maori, it's not Maori. Maori. The name looked interesting. So, I'm not going to say anything more than that, but let me tell you, first time I saw it, I was like, wow, geez, what a name for a car that is. But now that I think about it, there might actually have been a reason for that old name there. It not just a word with way too many U's, like it was what my original feeling about the word was. But then again, back when I first saw this car, I was an uneducated ding-dong, and I still am. Definitely, that's for damn sure. But was it a Subaru? I don't even know. I think they sold that here. I've only ever seen one of them. And I thought, my god, that looks weird. 40. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's why we think we're there. Are we in Maxima? Are we in Brazil? Are we in Mexico? It's so hard to tell. I'm going to go with... I guess Mexico. Am I? Am I really? Maybe I'll go with Argentina or something. But the Ford. But the Vauxhall. RN. What does RN mean? What does RN mean? Argentina doesn't seem like a bad guess. This could very well look like Argentina to me. There was a Highway 40. Let's just take a look at highways around here. Yeah, you know what? We're going to go with Argentina. Where? Boy. I don't know. National Park up here, up here. What about this area here? Yeah, I think that's around... Oh, there's the 40. We're going to call ourselves somewhere like right there. And the answer was, yep, that's exactly where we were. 55-28. 55-28. That explains for the big mix of things. 55-28. All right, there you go. Did pretty good. 20,044 points. Started off in none other than Canada, all the way up here. That national park. We went to Italy. Another national park. Then went to Cambodia. Oh, boy, that national park. Remember, vote for the People's Party, or whatever it was called. Then we went to none other than not Tasmania, but the North Island of New Zealand, and then finally Argentina. I'm going to say I hope you guys have enjoyed. I know I certainly have, and as always, I'll see you guys next time.
Aw, yeah. Cue the royalty-free music. 3, 2, 1, go. Come on, everybody. Get on your feet. Stand up, look at the screen, and repeat. I'm gonna like, rate, comment, and subscribe. I love watching Ather vids all of the time. Thanks for dropping by and spending the time. Hope you've enjoyed, and let's get on with our lives. Oh yeah. Thanks to Kevin MacLeod for these awesome beats. Woo yeah. Have a good one.